Hello, YouTube family. Welcome back to No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. My name is Ray Williams, and today's video, Teach to Grow Rich. Help people learn and make $1 million. Now, I'm not saying everyone can make $1 million, but whoever would like to make $1 million and put in the effort based on the information that I am about to provide can make $1 million by teaching classes. First of all, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and visit our website at www.unknownemitinc.com. Now, first of all, let me explain that teaching is a core fundamental of helping individuals improve their lives, and knowledge is a key factor in helping individuals have a better life. When people have understanding and knowledge, they tend to have better lives. People that have knowledge are less likely to stress out when they face financial difficulties or any type of difficulties. People that are literate are more likely to avoid scams. People that are literate are more likely to recognize financial opportunities. So when you have knowledge, your whole mindset changes. So that's why people should be constantly seeking knowledge, some knowledge, computer technology, you know, financial, real estate, just some knowledge. You don't have to be an expert, but you should have diverse knowledge. And that diverse knowledge is what makes your life a lot better. Teaching live and online classes is a multi-million-dollar industry that is growing. And with that growth comes the need for more people that have the skills and knowledge to teach. And that is so true. People need knowledge. People want knowledge. Being able to find knowledge is getting easier. And the good thing about teaching what I call informational classes is there is no degree or certifications required. Teaching only requires knowledge. This knowledge can be gained in many ways: work experiences, specialized training, or even self-education. People just want to learn without spending weeks, months, years in a classroom. They want information that is valuable to them, information that can help them have a better life. If you have the desire to help people, teaching is for you. That's what it's about. Teaching is about helping people. Teaching classes only require a few hours monthly. You decide how, when, and where to conduct classes, how much to charge, and how many classes you want to teach. That's the good part about it. You can teach full-time, you can teach part-time. It's up to you. You can set up your own classes. You can get with an organization like our company, where we provide classes to teach you how to teach classes. So basically, you don't need anything except a desire to learn and make money. Other systems are already in place. Classes can range from 1 hour or more, depending on how you design the course. If you design your own classes or your own courses. Again, if you go to a third party who have everything, then you may have to adhere to their schedule. But again, it's easy either way. Give an example. A basic course in credit management may only require 6 hours or less. A dance class may require, ongoing lessons for weeks or months. But basically, there are many variables and options when it comes to teaching classes. There is always a revolving door of people to teach. And what I mean by that is that there are always people. There are people graduating from high school that may need information or will need information regarding, say, credit management, or they may want to learn how to invest in real estate. They may want to learn how to change a flat tire. So there are so many things that can be taught. You decide what you want to teach. Now, as a personal financial coach and instructor, I have several skills that I use to make money, teaching credit management or real estate investing. I teach financial literacy, and I also teach people how to design spreadsheets. So you determine what skills you have, and then you sell those skills to consumers because consumers will pay for information. It's been proven over and over. And what skills and knowledge do you have that can make you a millionaire? Okay, here, let me just show you how to get started. It's very easy to get started in this business. First, determine what you will teach. That's the very important part. You can teach like I do. You can find several things to teach, but find something. And once you decide what you want to teach, then you determine the length of each class and how many students, minimum and maximum per class. Again, if you're going with a third party, such as Greenway Capital Management, where we set up everything for you, so everything is in place. But if you're doing it independent, for yourself, then you set up everything. You decide what you want to teach. You design your courses, etc. Okay, now, step 3, you create training materials, which I just mentioned. And again, if you're going with a third party, you don't have to create materials. The materials are already in place. Next, determine who is your target market. Once you decide who your target market is, then you set up a system. How do you reach that target market? Let's go back one step. If you're with a third party, you don't determine the target market. That's taken care of. Okay, now determine how much you would charge. This varies based on what you perceive as the value of the information that you're providing. Some people may charge $100 per class, per student. Some people may charge $500. So it depends on the value of that particular product or service that you're offering. Then you determine where classes will be held. Whether it's in a hotel, or whether it's a community center, or whether it's a church. Sometimes churches will allow you to conduct classes. You may rent the space. Some, they may provide it free. Community centers, the same. Then you schedule your date of your classes. Most of the informational classes are conducted on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday. But you determine that. Again, if you're with the third party, then the third party schedule all the classes. Determine how you will scale your efforts. This is the big part, how to scale, because the scaling is where you make your money. Scaling, 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 and I will explain in the next slide how to scale. Okay, here we go. First of all, this is from a recent class that we conducted at Greenway Capital Management. So let's start here with the class projections. And in this class, with the hours was 6 hours. Then we have the price, which was $340 to $5 per student. Here we had a total of 60 students. Now the reason for this 60 is because this was based on 3 classes on the, per month. So here is where I conducted one class at 20 students. Now, generally, my maximum is 20 students per class. I like the smaller classes because this way we get to interact with the students. Students get to ask questions. We don't pack a class with 50 or 100 people. We like to get personal with our classes. So in this case, there was 3 classes conducted during the month, 20 students each, 60. These people here, the 300, same thing. But the difference is we had 5 instructors who conducted those classes for us. And as I said, if you enroll with Greenway Capital Management, We schedule everything. You teach the classes. So we had 5 instructors who did the same thing, 20 students each. We had a total of 360 students for that month. Revenue, $124,200. Then we have our expenses. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Greenway Capital Management handles everything as a principal, when we call ourselves the principal instructors. If you are an independent contractor, you pay your expenses. So here we had $7,200 for the cost of the classroom. We had 18 classes between the 6 of us. We had no referral fees. This is generally where we pay people who refer clients to us or students to us. Our training materials are produced in-house. So we had $5,400 in training materials. We spent approximately $1,800 for marketing, which came out to about $5 per student. We had no employee salary. Instructors pay. This is where we pay our instructors. We pay our instructors $50 per student for each class they teach. So in this case, we paid out $15,000 to instructors. This is what I paid myself. Now, with the instructors, if you are an independent contractor with Greenway Capital Management, we pay you also based on your travel. Now, you do not have to accept any jobs anywhere. It's up to you because you are an independent contractor. But in this case, if you should accept any position, we pay you based on the travel. And let's go here, $100. So if you travel 182 miles or more, we pay you $100 for each student that you teach. So if you, for example, teach one class on a Saturday and a Sunday, the same weekend, and you have to travel, which means you most likely, it's up to you whether you stay, depends on the distance. You may not stay overnight, but assuming you will stay overnight, we pay you $100. And so if you conduct 2 classes that weekend, that's 40 students, and generally we make sure that each class is maxed out with 20 students. You make $4,000. So for that 2 days teaching, 6-hour classes, you make $4,000. Okay, next we have a travel and lodge, and this is for Greenway Capital Management. That's if we have employees or anyone within the company that has to travel. We pay for travel. Administrative costs, we had $3,000 in admin costs. Miscellaneous, we had nothing. Sometimes miscellaneous will consist of, if you're doing your own business, you may want to provide breakfast or snacks or something. That's where this would come in. Now, I also want to remind you that if you do go into teaching and you need assistance, we will set up you a spreadsheet like this to conduct your business. Now, bottom line, we had $36,900 in expenses. Our monthly profit was $87,300. $87,300 profit. Now, if you break that down to an annual gross revenue, that would come out to $1,490,400. Now, this is assuming that we consistently only had 5 instructors, but some months we may double this number and have 10. Some months we may only have 3. It depends on the time of the year because sometimes it's slower, say during the holiday season when people aren't spending as much money for things such as learning. But again, if you are in the business for yourself, you can manage these numbers. You just find good quality people, train those people, and make sure they can deliver a quality product. So here, scaling is what I talked about earlier. But just using this number, you can hit $1.5 million per year if you consistently did the scheduled classes monthly. using the same projection. But again, you will most likely do more. Now, we only assume here because it's not the end of the year, but based on our projections, we expect to net a little over $1 million for the year. Now, also we get a breakdown, expenses 29%, profits 70%, cost per student $102.50, break-even units, we needed 107, we had 360. Total hours for the month, 108 hours total of teaching. So now you can see how you can make $1 million teaching classes and helping people. And that's the good part about it. When you're teaching, you are helping people. You are helping people increase their knowledge, number one. That's the main thing. But at Greenway Capital Management, we like to help people when it comes to financial issues. Because the fact is, 44% of American adults are financially illiterate. Millions of people live at or below the poverty line. And by becoming educated financially, they can have a better life. Remember, give us the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, visit the website, and thank you for watching the video.